afternoon, Coach J Battle, Battle Zone Boxing, Silverback Training.
Good afternoon, Bo Hill, Boxing Trainer.
And good afternoon, Strength and Conditioning Coach, Charles Wallace.
And today we are back with y'all once again with Off the Canvas podcast. And we on this Sunday evening. You know, it's like a little rest day, but we're gonna make it a chill day. So we're gonna talk about some 4 topics here. The first one gonna be the evolution of the game, boxing that is, how boxing has changed over the years then versus now. What's different now, Daddy Bo, than it was up until now, you think?
Most of all, they used to box for 15 rounds.
Ooh, I remember them days.
15 rounds. It was hard.
Yes, sir.
And the really most important thing is boxing is one-on-one. When you get in the ring, you're on your own. You're by yourself.
Yes, sir.
But you say how it has changed over the years. That is it. It is the round, it is the conditioning, it is the workouts. It's the workouts, how we approach it. And that's just the change in it.
You're so right. And not only that, but within the amateur parameter. It used to be only 2 questions. You know, and those questions were, what's his weight and open or not? That was it. Now in today's up in the amateurs, they asking, what's the weight? What's the record? What's the number of fights he got? But my thing is, what's the record? And so, you know, not only just in boxing, how boxing has changed, you know, they're taking a lot of things out as well as adding a lot of things in, but you don't have that many more down home good trainers no more. They try to what's the word I'm looking for? They try to substitute, you know, for the facilitating, you know. So you got a lot of people who want you to tell you how to stand, how to hold your hands, and that is a good thing. And I know, Coach Charles, since you've been doing things, you've been catching on, getting in tune and in touch with a lot of things as well. You know, that what I like to call OTJT, on the job training.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely. I mean, since I've been here, like, cause I don't come into any situation where things are established with arrogance. You know what I'm saying? I don't come in with, I know what I know, but I'm not, that's not what I'm bringing to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, we use what I know to an extent, but I'm here to learn what you know.
That's right.
So why would I tell you anything if I'm here to learn what you know? I mean, that's just common sense to me. You know what I mean? That's why I like no matter what I have, no matter what experience I have from whatever place I had, I can't grow if I'm just stuck on what I've learned already. You know what I mean? You can only go as far as you're going to go with what you've learned.
That's right.
If you don't go nowhere new without learning anything.
That's right.
So wherever we go, that's from what I've learned from here, adapted from what I've known.
Yes, sir.
That's how I look at that.
And it's attitudes like that broadens everything. Because when I said, I used to be a proponent for saying, the day that you become stupid is when you shut off your intake valve of wisdom. Meaning when you think you know it all.
You start learning.
You can't do that. I'm going to be forever learning. Daddy Bo got years ahead of me.
I learned from stupid people.
And they say there's no such thing as a stupid
yes,
question.
it is.
The only stupid question is the one that's not asked.
Not only stupid questions when you already know the answer to.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Like he said, I learned from you.
Yes.
Other boxers, they try to tell you. You learn from it. If a boxer knew everything that you just said, they'll be fine.
Yes, sir.
If they just listen and learn from what they don't know and take it in, that's what they need.
What I found, like the biggest thing, like With this topic, I do feel like the outsider versus you two lifelong boxers.
Yes, sir.
I'm a lifelong artist who likes boxing.
Right.
So for me to integrate myself more into y'all world, I have to learn and absorb. Like, I've learned to throw a jab at another gym. I've learned to throw a cross at another gym.
Yes, sir.
I've learned to throw a hook at another gym. But how those punches are chained together, the movements in between, I've learned something different here with y'all.
See, that's what I'm saying. If the boxers knew that, they would be okay.
Yes, yes, that's good. And as we continue on this subject, it says, you know, the evolution of the game, how boxing has changed over the years, then versus now. A fighter's supposed to want to fight the best. Especially when you're climbing up the ladder. Now, I'm not talking about putting an unnecessary club in there with a lion. We're not talking about that.
We ain't playing
when you get up,
Rocky.
yeah. But when you get up in them echelon levels, a fighter has to say so of who they want to fight, as well as the promoter already know. But you get these people who like to play, who like to trick, trap, and snap with these games. Well, who you want to fight? You know, where I got to get with my camp, and you know who you want to fight. You really, when they start deviating to those types of responses, they know who out there is really tough and don't want to say it. Unlike Spence.
What you think about Spence attitude?
Look, Spence is my dude. That's my guy. Love Crawford. Crawford will be second, but you know, let me get this right. Tyson's my first guy. That's why I box. You know, other than me having a gift, you know, and then just expounding into training, Tyson. Then when I found out about Spence, you know, I always like Sugar Ray Leonard, I like Mildred Taylor, but Spence, that dude stands out to me. I never will I ever jump ship from him.
That's attitude.
Because again, you got fighters, you got writers, you got show nuffs, you got wannabes, you got gonna-bes. We want to show nuff. You know, you got wannabes out there. That's the ones with a lot of jibber jabber. You know, show nuffs is like somebody like Christopher. You know, and a few Michael, who else? Chico.
Yes.
A lot of them in there, you know, coming up amateur, you know, Orion. We got show nuts. So when you see fighters coming up like that and they don't want to voice who it is they want to fight, what we call them paper champions. They are crazy about these old. But if you want a record that is continuously consistent with your workout, you have to work out in how you want your record to be. If you want your hand raised continuously and repeatedly, you're gonna have to do something that's gonna match with that.
Right.
Because a lot of fighters' audio don't line up with their video. They say they want to be champions.
Sound good.
Yeah, sound
It
good.
sound good.
But getting here is a whole nother story.
Because they want to work out like a regular boxer. So look at, see me. They don't want to work out like a champ of the world.
No, sir. No,
You
sir.
gotta, when you step in here, this is dangerous sport.
Yes, it is.
When you work out, you gotta work out just like you're the champ of the world at all times.
When you say dangerous, a lot of people don't exit the ring and go back to their families as well as they first initially when they got inside the ring. That's why a lot of times we don't allow no kikiing, no shucking and jiving here. This is not a playground. You know, that's why and you know, even when celebrating, when you win, we try to, especially we teach our amateurs, look, celebrating ain't what it's about. That's why we have what they call victory parties. You know, but you can't tell the grown-ups too much, you know. You got them jumping on the ropes when they really ain't done that yet, because once you get something, you know, championship style, now you got to retain the belt. You got to see how long you can have that. So it's a lot of things you need to refrain from doing, especially when you're still climbing those echelon levels.
It's good to celebrate, but it's good to take in that victory, that accomplishment.
Yeah.
But don't let it go to your head. Don't act like that's the tip of the mountain.
That's right.
When we just getting started.
That's right. And then you got to start evaluating, how did you get the victory? How long did it take? Was it a struggle? Was it 85%? Was it 70%? Was it the hair on my chin type of thing?
And like you say, it's history. So did the last punch is thrown. It's history. It's gone.
That's it.
The new day.
That's it. Once you get out, once we step out of that ring, whether you win, lose, or draw, it's a word called history. It's time to move over to something else. You know, we're not going to praise this this knockout for a whole month. Now it's time to get somebody else. Now it's time to recalibrate. What are you doing and why are you doing it and who you doing it for? So
basically back to the lab. Once you get out the ring, it's back in the dungeon, back to work, because you ain't retired, so you got another dragon to slay. So we got to get back in the lab and sharpen tool.
Right. Probably,
Amen, brother.
Another evolution of it. You got a lot of fighters to tell the trainers what they gonna do. They gonna do. I do this later, it just ain't no down hard, get down training. And I'm not talking about overtraining either. They look at a lot of stuff and they want to mimic things and don't know what it's really for. Whether it be a champion at that gym or will somebody be, tick on the mitts or whatever it may be called. Things done evolved from having, when they used to have a heavy bag and a jump rope.
Right.
That's it. Speed bag been around a long time, but a heavy bag and a jump rope and someone strategically showing you how to step and how not to step. So as far as evolving, a lot of things have changed because there's nothing wrong with keeping up times because there are technology things that I had to come get in tune and in touch with. But some things got to be not old school. It has to be organic.
Some grandfather clause.
There.
Some things are grandfather clauses.
Yes, sir.
Like if you take the world of weightlifting, I don't care what system anybody has come up with in the last, I'm 45, the last 40 years.
Yes, sir.
I guarantee you bench press, squat, deadlift in them.
Always gonna be there.
That's where they started. And some things, like, I take this like when you raise kids, because I look at it for myself. Like, everything that your parents taught you may not apply to you. So when it's time for you to raise your own, you keep what worked.
Yes.
Get rid of the other stuff and add.
You're gonna go back in the crates now.
There you go.
Oh,
so those old school things that hang around, that have proven and stood the test of time, that have lasted, that they work. That's why they're still around.
Yes,
no matter what system is, no matter what siding you put on the house, the foundation is still the same.
Basic.
Right.
You know what I mean? We can build all kind of different looking houses, but they all got the same foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably lastly, before we move on to the next one, Spence, and just in case sometime I may like overlap on the last podcast, but I gotta say this just in case I did. Spence is such a serious fighter to me. When he had that horrific accident, and he didn't even say how he was doing throughout the time. When it came to voice that, say, Spence doing good. He said, I've been signed off now. I've been going 15 rounds. He said, I don't want no tune-up fight. I want the best y'all got. Danny Garcia. That's the kind of attitude, and I thought that I was the only one thought like that. Because you think about it, there is no such thing as a tune-up fight. Your tune-up fight is your sparring. Go spar Crawford. Go spar Canelo. Go spar Ryan. Go spar Spence. Spar somebody. Go spar Tank. Go spar somebody who is in active and high range. Because a lot of times when you get into high intensity sparring like that, only thing is really missing is some judges.
It's a crowd.
You got a crowd in there already, but somebody who really gonna strategically judge it. You can get some high range trainers. You get like Virgil Hunter on the side. You get like Floyd Senior on the side. Probably get Floyd Junior on the side, and Teddy Atlas, and get somebody to be like, if this was the fight, you won that fight. So when you hear the term tune-up fight, that's just for somebody to beat up somebody who either coming up in the ranks, nobody don't know yet, so you can just show out in front of auntie and uncle.
No question. Now, I've heard of tune-up fights in different sports, or tune-up things in different sports. In boxing, would that be indicative of someone who has questionable confidence? Someone who needs a tune-up fight?
No.
Who
do you mean, the someone or the opponent that they're picking?
No, like okay, tune-up fight is just to dog walk somebody real quick, just to make you feel good.
Right? Yeah, that's what it is.
So
somebody who they know or think or believe that at the height that they can beat.
So does that indicate that they need that confidence
Yes,
booster
that's what
before
he
they
said.
go
I'm going to say that. I'm
Yes,
going to say
yes.
yes.
So basically, if you got a tune-up fight, you're a
Yes.
little shook.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You can feel like,
But if
you
somebody
get
put
confidence
I'm a
build up
winner.
if you do good. If you do bad in the tune-up, it's like, hey, should
But-
I take that fight?
But how is that different if you go head to head with 8 different professionals who got high-end caliber? Let's just say they got an on record against good people.
It's what he
How is that different in the gym?
But it's okay.
Confidence.
So say like me, okay,
Confidence.
me in here in this house where we do our thing.
Yes, sir.
You know the level of skill that I have at this point.
Yes, sir.
Right now, okay. Now me setting into coach, I want to go amateur scene, and I start sparring the boys in here. Now, if I start saying, no, I don't want to spar him, I want to spar him.
Because your confidence. I'm saying.
Is it? Would you say yes to make me so I can feel better for the next one?
Yeah.
Because you feel I need
That's
it.
about it.
So I need the confidence booster is what the tune-up is for.
That's
just to make me feel good about myself.
Because if a fighter,
You see it, right?
you
see
saying,
me,
'cause
right?
if Spence say,
Yes.
I don't want no tune-up fight, what is that an indication?
Right,
He's
right,
confident.
right.
He
And
ain't worried
exactly,
about the
yeah.
expert. He don't care.
I'm
He's
agreeing with
confident.
you, but I'm just saying the ones who does need to pick up
Yeah,
the other guy.
that's what Charles
who
saying.
does need to pick up fight.
Yes, he
Does
needs-
that mean that they need
Yes.
that confidence booster? Like,
Yes.
like he's sitting in dumps right now. Let me go ahead and let him dog somebody so he can feel good enough.
Does he need it? So how did why?
Like, okay, think of somebody.
No, I see
Okay,
what you're saying. Let me say this. Why didn't he need it when he was sparring them 15 rounds?
no, that's
Against
good.
these
That's
high,
good.
I'm gonna tell you why he need it. Against
no.
these high caliber fighters.
Not him, the other guy. The guys who do get tune-up fights. Does that mean that they need the confidence boost?
Yes. Straight up.
We know Spence didn't need it.
Right.
Straight up.
That's as hardcore. Be like, iron sharpens iron. That's
Uh-huh.
where I am. For the guys who do get the tune-up fights, does that mean that, all right, let me go ahead and pat them up a little bit,
Yes.
rub their back, make them feel better, so then they can go ahead and take on this harder fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes and no.
Okay.
Because they know what they're doing. But
Charles-
why wouldn't you go out
That's
and be
the
like,
point.
He
Right.
agreeing with you.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm agreeing 100%
Yeah.
with
Yes.
you that yes, don't go after tune-up fights. Hey, go after what you want out the gate every time.
I got a
He's
little
saying
more
what you're
clarity.
saying. He's
Yeah.
saying what you're saying, but what Charles saying is just cut and dry.
Like questioning the
Like
other
you
guys.
said,
I'm questioning the other ones that
Spence
act like
confidence.
Right.
I don't need no tune-up. Let's do this
Right.
now. So that's what Charles is saying.
Right.
Is.
And the
So,
reason
why do somebody else need a tune-up? Their confidence ain't up. They don't believe in themselves like Spence believe in
Gotcha,
himself.
gotcha.
Spence
Yeah,
is on it.
And
Spence
it'll always
like
be
me.
someone that's
lower or maybe coming up someone that they know they can beat. Yes, I might have to say that.
That's what he said.
But coming from the person that's of a Spence caliber, say like Ryan or somebody done had a good fight, Ryan Garcia or even Tank. But say like one of them got hurt or something, then they was out the ring for probably like 18 months, something like that.
So that
Now, if they come back,
tester fight,
yeah. But it's
if
really
you're injured or something,
right.
Okay.
But if you have been cleared, like Spence was honest about with everything, told everything. He didn't come out before it was time for him to do something. When he came out to tell everybody about his recovery and health, I've been cleared. We've been doing 15 rounds on that. I want the best y'all got. So when somebody
says that, not only are they confident, they are in this arena for fighting. And that's what a lot of people need to know. If you choose somebody lesser than, I ain't gonna say nothing wrong with that, but don't try to get up here and act like you're a king. No, don't do that.
Right.
And then you want to pick on somebody who's a little lesser, or probably probably 2 notches under you. But you choosing them and your camp choosing them because they believe that's what you need to or want, what you desire.
They protecting their fight.
Protecting them, yeah.
That's what they call
So-
protecting their fight.
So a lot of things. That's how from the past has evolved from up to the game. We need some real good down. Be like, hey, you want to fight or you don't want to fight. Now, I could see if somebody's honest, be like, hey, yeah, he is a good fighter. He probably might be a little too tough for us right now. Nevertheless, The longer you keep training, this man's still training.
But how about this?
The toughness is always going to be before you. What you're doing when you're training in the gym is you're getting to become to that type of caliber fighter and beyond. You just going there is no good time. Like we always tell the fighters, they always when people be lurking, you know that waiting stuff we hate to see. What are you doing? They'll wait there for 5 seconds. They'll land a big shot. There's never there's never a good time. You got to make it a good time.
Right.
You have to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this. If I don't get my hand raised, hey, it's back to the drawing board. Ain't a whole lot to that.
So now, when you say that there's that's a good fighter, that what is the gauge of that's a good one to fight, that's not a good one to fight, versus is it like, okay, I think we can beat him, or I think it'll be a good fight, but we can beat him, or just we can outright beat him? Are those the fights we choosing for?
Yes.
So the ones that we know we can beat.
Yes, we figured we got covered, we could beat.
Okay,
Oh, I'm gonna take it.
Okay, no. This actually turns into a little bit of an interesting question
You
now.
see that?
What is the difference between that fight and the tune-up fight?
Same thing.
Say that one more time. I want to make sure I answer with clarity.
If the fights you choose for your fighter are fights you feel you know you can win,
Right.
what makes that different than a tune-up fight? And that's just me just happened to put 2 and 2 together. Now that
I
has
see
a
where
question
you at.
mark.
I see where
Well, remember we talking about tune-up fight when somebody comes off an injury or a long layoff.
Okay.
So it would. I mean, the only difference would be is they just
the level.
fight, yeah.
So basically, it's the level
There you go.
of fight.
Yes.
So okay,
If he ain't ready for that one, we're gonna be like, you know what? Let's hold off on that.
Okay,
Now that's different, and I think that's fair right there.
what makes now here's my
You gotta
analogy.
go in there with no unnecessary lying.
Here's
on
my
your form.
analogy that makes it make sense.
Come on.
You're lining up the dog in the fight. Well, I'm sorry, no. You're lining up the fight and the dog.
Okay. Yes.
See what I mean? The level of fight in
Yes.
the guy. Okay, if you know that this dude tears the heads off baby dogs for fun,
Right.
with everybody getting the ring with, if you got one that's just getting started, you're not going to overwhelm him with that, even if he had a chance to win that fight. But if it's a guy who you see you got a guy that tears the heads off dogs for fun.
Yes.
Okay, that might be his match, because style-wise, that'd probably be a match for him. And fight-wise, that would be a match for him.
Because the initial one, the other one, that would be unnecessary damage.
Right, gotcha. Okay, it makes sense. We line up basically the dog or the fight in the dog.
Yes, sir.
Because we'll say it's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
That's right, absolutely.
So that's what you're matching up.
So
Regal proved that.
Yeah, so if we have a fighter just turning pro, first fight, we're not gonna put him out there with that dog you talking about. You
Gotcha.
can't do that, because that wouldn't be fair. He'd never faced a dog. Don't care what kind of training he had in here. When the lights come on, we can't put him out there.
Can I tell him the alternate for that, Daddy? If you don't mind?
Please do.
Lone Chico had about 300 fights.
Right.
So somebody like that, they put him right. He went right to a
Right
to a
with
12-round
championship.
fight.
Gotcha. He's already basically had. Gotcha.
And then especially say like they them came out of the whether it was a Olympic trialist or they got the gold or bronze or even the Golden Gloves national, and then somebody picked them up and they still gonna fight. That's still just like sparring to them.
Okay.
Only difference, no headgear.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, gotcha. I'm with you.
So that caliber, a high range like that, you know, there are some instances where they had like Rigendow. It was the same. He had 300 something fights.
I don't be thinking that's fair.
So checking their refinement is how refined they are. How many? Because every fight sharpens you a bit. So the more refined the fighter, the more experienced the fighter.
Yeah.
So get that
So when
rough.
you say it ain't foul, that'd be what the team done come up with though, right? If everybody agreeing with it.
Where the team know Lomachenko was finna fight for a title, and they know he could fight, so why not? But I'm saying, how about the person is 25 and old, right there where he at, number 2 in line for that spot? and they give it to him.
Yeah.
Because he had that many fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is more than him. It was a lot of fighters.
Because this guy probably couldn't have had that type of pedigree.
They ain't gonna give him that opportunity.
But here go the thing about that, Daddy Bo. He out there in the wilderness now.
I know. But I'm just saying.
You right.
Yeah.
But then that's when the business and the mouthpieces come in.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do this. That's when they start doing talk when we're not gonna do this.
Right.
My thing is just that a fighter know who we want to fight. They know who they don't want to fight.
And that is so true. Even what we say, I don't care if we say it. Sometimes they take it because we say they can do it. And
Yes,
sometimes they don't feel like they can do it.
Right.
They don't want to let you know that, but they don't want to let us know.
That's pride, though.
Right. Absolutely.
Pride still exists, even though we try to snuff it down as much as possible.
Yeah. Let's move on to number 2. Say, why is boxing the best sport, or why you think it stands out from other combat sports as well as other sports? Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a lot.
You want me to kick it off? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Number 1, boxing is like you can compare it to swimming. You use every muscle in your body that you didn't even know that you had. Yes, it's only using the hands, and there are only so many things that you can do. But the last thing, that the biggest part of the portion of the pie, is the mental. You can be in shape, but if you don't know what to do, somebody's gonna be hitting you. You can have the skill, but if you're not in shape, how you gonna carry that out? But you can have the mental, and if you're not in shape, all that stuff work together. You gotta have it. All of those are major components, but then once you have used up all your skill, all your strength, and you're still able to endure, now this is what it's time to go off for. What we call it, the inventory closet. Now you gotta use mental. Boxing really, really separates a lot of things. I used to think, I still do think the MMA, I never got into it, although those guys come to us for the striking, it was just too barbaric for me, and never thought or dreamed that we were ever gonna get into bare knuckle. But nevertheless, a lot of people don't know that the gloves were not put on the hands to protect the face. They were put on the hands to protect the glove.
The hand.
I'm sorry, the hand. Yeah, that's why the gloves were put on the hands. So it is still boxing. And for us to go through that type of fiery furnace with them, we're not just gonna train them and then don't go to a fight with them. We had to really analyze that thing because we said we weren't gonna do it. And man, thanks to Roy Ryan Reaver, he came over here with it. I remember when he first went to MMA as an amateur. We were 3-0 together, and when Daddy Bo took him by 4-0 together, got him his first belt, and he deviated over into this. And I was always a believer, man. Ain't nobody got no business fighting like that unless you protected a family member or yourself. Nevertheless, before I pass this mic, it's just that the BK, they treat those guys over there decent. They treat them over there good. Got a stitch room on the site, versus boxing. Boxing is always going to be top of the food chain, especially for pay-wise. But you got to have so much pedigree, so many national this, state golden glove that, state golden, Olympic trialist, or if you make the Olympic, you got to have a pedigree over there. Therefore, people got their eyes on you because, you never know who's in the crowd. When you went to state golden gloves, or whether it be the national golden gloves, and that's how you get signed. But coming out the gate on that battle knuckle side, it's just they pay them good and they just take care of them on site versus you having to get in an ambulance at the boxing and get taken away and get stitched up and some things like that. But again, why is boxing the best sport, or why you think it stands out from other combat sports? You got football teams, you got basketball teams, you got baseball teams. You even have a boxing team. We got 2 of them, amateur and pro. But it's a one-man sport.
That's all I wanted to say. One-on-one.
One-on-one.
You ain't no excuse.
Only time it's 2 in the ring, well, still 3. It's always going to be 3 in the ring. We're talking about the rep. The only time you got somebody of familiarity with you is your coach. That's only for 1 minute. And that minute is for you to trust them and for us and for them to trust you. Come up with a game plan to get this guy
out of there. It's as simple as that. This is a one-man sport, and it's not seasonal. year round. Only time you take a break off, you done had a grueling, a good championship win, and then you coming off of a 8-week strong camp. You got to take at least a week off, maybe two. The body has got to heal. Starting off with ice baths, oxygen chambers, whatever you gonna get in, the body has got to heal. But other than that, that is one of the reasons that, any other combat sport, just because I'm not in tune and touch with those other sports. Well, the other sport, MMA, don't mean that they don't go through. We are all family. Number one, let's get that right. Just get that straight. Let me put that out there. We are all family. To each to his own. But they have to do a recovery just like a fighter has to do recovery.
Yeah, but I done train MMA guys, kickboxing, all of them. But boxing is the toughest sport. I can get a football player, a basketball player, all of them coming here. They cannot handle boxing training. They cannot handle one-on-one. That's it. That is why one-on-one, when you come in here, it's from the heart and the mind. You think it's all physical. Heart and mind. 80% of boxing, I say 75% of boxing is being in shape. The other is mental. The rest is muscle memory. It's all muscle memory.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is.
And I'm sorry, Coach, I gotta get this before I forget. When he said one-on-one, see other things, you like when they're doing the MMA, you can constrict, you get some hold, and you can hold in boxing and all those types of things anyway. But when we're over here at the zone, we teach how not to hold. We let them save that for the ring, because holding is just a tact. It's not illegal, it's not allowed, because if you do excessive holding, you're going to get a point anyway. Low blowing and hitting behind the head is illegal. But when he say anybody can come here thinking they're in shape, look at where the hands and where the shoulders are. It's up by the heart and the lungs, the respiratory area. No one can handle doing that for so long unless you are in condition. That's why it's called strength and
Condition.
not strength and unconditioned. Because if that was the case, grandma and anybody can do it. You have to do things outside of this ring. It has to be under a condition that you can do this. That you can conditionally do this.
I still think all that's perspective. I mean, in general, there's me being a personal fitness trainer for the last 15 years. A common thing that I've heard the whole time is boxing is the second best cardio you can do. Period. Number one is swimming.
Sure.
Only because it's non-impact. And anybody can do something. Grandma can do something non-impact.
You got to know strategic stuff.
So that's why swimming, just for training, just for the conditioning side,
yes, sir,
is the best sport to do. It's the best activity. Boxing's number two. Because like you said,
let's hold it right there. Don't say that. I know some swimmers. His Hodges' daughter was a championship swimmer too, and the conditioning is different. It's all different.
Yeah.
Because the swimmer uses every part of their body: fingers, head, eyes, neck.
Right.
They use the whole everything of their body. But being on that's their one-on-one thing. When they in that water, it's him and them and them. They're against somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's one-on-one. That is. But being a conditioner to box is a whole different thing.
Right.
But the reason you're saying that is because a swimmer use toes, fingers. They use everything.
Now, like I said, just to say, like, okay, say some heavy set person. So say some deconditioned person,
Right.
sitting on the couch. I want to get in shape. They say I gotta run. Okay, running is an efficient way, and if you got bad knees or you done it before, you be like, yeah, I don't really want to do this. So if you want something that will work your entire body, non-impactful wise, hop in the pool, go ahead and swim some laps out.
That's what the Klitschko's did. They swim.
Right. Now, I just saw, is it GSP or somebody else who fully integrated their movement training in the pool. fully integrated his instead of I don't know if it's in lieu of more sparring or more weight training. He put everything in the pool, the dumbbells, the up downs, the whole conditioning work he did.
I would not be.
He put it in the pool.
I know what you're talking about.
So I don't remember the GSP that I saw. I just recently saw like a few days ago that somebody was doing that, and that puts right back into place to improve the average person's cardiovascular system. Swimming is the most efficient way. Boxing is number 2. As far as boxing itself, why that stands out, like y'all said, it's one-on-one. That's you versus. It's honestly you versus you. It's not even you versus him. It's you versus you.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right.
Like if okay, you get that size difference that Tyson used to have, where everybody was 6'4" against him, and he's 5'10".
Break him down.
Now take Tyson being Tyson out the way and put somebody else in that stand. Hey, they might have been, beat by their daddy all their life, and so every person they fighting daddy. That's a dangerous man right there.
That's if they got that type of mentality.
But that's had to have happened to him for him to trigger that way. It's all right. Yeah, it's you versus you.
That's what he said.
Right, it's you versus you in there. It's not. It could be me standing against somebody who's on the lower end of the heavyweight side, but I hit hard like his daddy do. That's gonna trigger like PTSD and him fight me like life on the line. You know what I mean? It's like a sport at that point for him. It's a fight. It's survival.
Right about it.
Just something like that. But I love the sport of boxing. I'm not a big fan of MMA. For me, what I would choose for myself to do, because like I said, I'm not like that combat warrior.
Right.
I ain't grew up in the hood having to fight every day. Yeah. I was a good kid.
Yeah.
I like a challenge.
And ain't nothing wrong with
that.
that.
You know what I'm saying? I like a challenge.
You got a lot of people who will paint these stories. Mom on crack stores, whatever happened to I want to do that, and if I put my mind to it,
right.
Everybody does not have to have a war story. For you to be a champion.
I had a peaceful childhood.
Yeah,
you don't grow in times of peace, so I go find challenges.
Yeah.
Now for me, if I'm going to volunteer for something, boxing, all I got to look out for is 2 things: your left and your right. I ain't got to look out for your feet. I ain't gotta look out for you climbing on my back trying to choke me. I ain't gotta worry about all that with boxing. I come up in here, I gotta look out for your left and your right. And if you hit me low, we all got a problem.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So if I'm volunteering for something, yeah, that's for me. That's where boxing goes.
Lastly on that problem, unless you got something there to go on that too. You got a lot of lactic acid that builds up, and that's why people can't really do. It's a 1-minute drill we do called Fight the Bag, and man, simple, just a 1 minute will knock you down. That 1 minute is dangerous.
Everybody does. Don't nobody realize how much it takes.
And lactic acid, it doesn't go away; it just becomes durable. That's why these fighters are able to go to 6 to 8 to 10 and 12 rounds, and however rounds they may be going in the gym. 15, 20. We take them through the rigor remote, because we got to know what recovery is all about too. You can't just grunge. I heard somebody say one time, doing all that ain't gonna make it. It's just gonna bring your body down. No, people who say that don't want to train. That's what that is. Because if you want something that you heard this before. If you want something you never had, you're gonna have to do something you never done. You can't just do the same old ABC 1, 2, 3, because your muscles will go from here to here. And what is happening because you're doing the same thing over and over. Same thing over and over. Now you can do the same thing over and over. Confuse the muscles though. You have to reverse it, like rather than shadow box, jump, roll, hit the bag, wheel spar, shadow box. You can mix that up. Nevertheless, you still want to warm up before you start doing anything of high intensity. That makes sense. But other than that. That's
anybody who says
boxing is the best sport.
For that guy who you said you don't want to do this or train more. That's why nobody will remember his name.
He said it, I did. Yes, sir.
That quote's been stuck in my head. I recently watched Troy again. I've seen Troy, I don't know how many times. The movie Troy with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Tell me how many times, but for some reason, me watching this time, him saying that line stuck.
Right.
You know, it's stuck in there. So in conversations like this, keep coming up where that line fits.
Yeah. And a lot of times, it be people who we be done took through the transition before. We be done took them through it. And they remember, oh man, I ain't never done it before. But now all of a sudden, man, I still tear your body down and break you down. Okay, it's not something that we do on a continual. Like when we do the stairs and the hills, that's like a one time, maybe twice a month thing.
That is
if nothing is going on.
But how do you expect to grow if you don't push them?
You won't. You can expect all you want.
That's exactly why you do it. You grind them down, so they have. Okay, I'm gonna take a military for
That'd be lazy talk.
The Marine Corps has when I was in 20 some years ago, Marine Corps had a line: we break you down and rebuild you into what we want you to be.
That's how you do muscle.
Yes. Same thing.
That is the
no different.
Muscle.
No different. Y'all are just conditioning it differently, but you must break it down.
For real.
Yeah.
Order to build muscle, you gotta break it down, and that's what the soreness is. What we tell them all the time: soreness is only weakness leaving the body.
Pain is leaving the body.
Weakness leaving the body. Yeah. Number 3, Devin Haney versus Garcia. Ryan Garcia. Neither one of them was ever one of my favorite fighters.
That's why I wanted Charles to answer first, because he doesn't know neither one.
You got done too much.
Now let me be clear. I love every fighter who gets in the ring, because number one, it is a sport of heart challenge. I will never down nobody just because we may have our own opinions about it, and we have that right.
Especially when it comes down to morale, you know, it's some people that I don't deal with so much. It's even hard for me to, you know, put their skill aside. So when we talk about the skill, I got to be able to do that. But and that comes from just because of what we teach here. We teach a lot of babies here, and we teach them that just because your hand don't get raised does not mean you're not a decent person, because you still got to get out this ring. So it's just so many attitudes and fighters that I see that I can't even judge them by their skill just because of how they act, how they conduct themselves. But these two right here, you go
for me, okay, because I don't have much
experience in too much of what they've done.
They don't.
Like Ryan Garcia, I've seen in boxing drill videos that I've seen on YouTube. I haven't heard much of Devin Haney. So hearing about they got beef, I mean, just talking trash to me. So that I could care less about what y'all got, why y'all don't like each other, why you're hyping yourself up to fight this dude. Whatever you got to do to, sleep at night.
That's right.
But just from seeing what Ryan did in the gym, I didn't see any of the sparring, so I don't know how he moves under adversity. So I'm just looking forward to a good fight. If that's one that we're going to follow, I'm just looking forward to a good fight. If I don't know you, show me a good fight. Give me a reason to pay attention for the night.
Yes, sir. And I don't think this will be one we'll bring at the gym. I won't cook for this. We're going to wait till another bit.
Roger that.
Tank and boy fight. Love both of them. From Spence camp.
Go to my
Golly, why I can't call it?
Who's fighting
The Southpaw dude.
Oh, Alvin.
God, no, why I can't call his name. I love him like crazy, boy. The man is just, he awesome, but like him, he didn't start till he was 18. And this man walking the dog. I mean, if it be too much for him, Frank Martin.
Well, yeah, Frank.
Yeah, I love that man, that boy.
That's
Frank all blast to me. He just like, he's in the right, you can tell he's in a Spence camp.
Who he fighting?
Tank. It's gonna be a good one. I mean, hopefully he could hold Tank off
for a little bit, but
But Devin Haney and Garcia gonna that'll be a good fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
If Garcia don't be afraid and fight like he's supposed to fight,
Right.
it'll be a good fight. If he run, if he back up, Devin gonna beat him. Devin got a outstanding jab,
Yeah.
and he usually sets you up. And I got to give him the credit. He boxed now better than he ever did. He put combinations together.
Yeah.
But Garcia could put combinations together.
Yes, he can. He's
Like we were saying, if you go out there with confidence and put pressure on him, both of you have two hands. You could do the same thing. You could do this.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
No matter what, both of them got two hands. What is depends is your footwork and what you got up here. Oh, and the conditioning.
Right.
So factors are factors, but if you take one of those things away, and the other guy has got all three of them, there ain't no way you can win the fight. You gotta have your mental, because a lot of times the mental can go away if somebody throw a 4-punch combination and 3 of them retarded shots hit you hard. You know that don't mean you finna lose the fight. But nevertheless, you gotta keep your mindset. You gotta stick to the game plan. A lot of people deviate from game plan. So if these guys, listen to their corner, not only just listen to the corner, but do with the corner wherever they see the weaknesses at, and they adhere to it. That's a good plus for on both of them. Who I would take? I want to take Ryan Garcia. That's what I would say. As much as he just clowning around out there with all this stuff, because I think he did. Who was it? Was it before Tank? He did, yeah. Before the Tank fight, he did a lot of, shenanigans and stuff.
yeah.
But hopefully he's active against this dude.
But this ain't just not a talking game. It's a fighting game.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right.
You can't go out there and talk your way. I don't blame him for what he do to make his money, but this is you got to fight. This you got to fight.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You good on that one?
Go ahead, moving on to the next one.
Number 4.
Slide on into it, coach.
Number 4, y'all. Jake Paul as a fighter from YouTube. I never knew who he was till they bought him up and they was doing this, all these other things with the other guys. And they laughed at him. Look how far he's gone now. He really likes boxing.
He's not a boxer, he's an entertainer.
Yes.
That's all he is. He's an entertainer.
Yes.
You can't hate on the man because he's
Right.
making his money, making a life for himself. That's what he do. And people in the world, that's what they need, that's what they want.
Ain't no way he'll be able to sit in there
He's an entertainer.
with Trey when I fight with Trey. He couldn't sit in there with he couldn't sit in there with Kenzel. I mean, I know he's no bigger weight than him, but I mean somebody of a real caliber.
Doing some
Some real level, a real sincere and dear high-end amateur boxer. I don't think he would do it. I would say no, but it's obviously he's sticking to it and staying up on it for points and reason. Other than money, he likes and he admires boxing.
and he picked who he fight.
Right.
So why did he pick, which is the number 5? I mean, first this number 4 says, Jake Paul as a fighter from YouTube. What do you think?
It'd be like me taking a serious interest. It'd be like me taking a serious interest. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? It'd be like me taking a serious interest. Be like, hey, look, coach, I want to get in there. I want to be champion of the world.
Okay.
And I'm just telling everybody about it as I'm doing it.
I want to fight Lomachenko next week.
You know what I mean?
And I tell them I'm training.
And if people like what I'm doing enough, and they be like,
Starting
man, I figured you go ahead and do that.
There it is.
I say let's go ahead and do it. And if y'all willing to pay that, then hey, Jake, if Jake Paul had popped into that and sat in that seat,
That's all it is.
I do you think, dog? But yet you don't come to. I mean, granted, yes. I look at it. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm not a fighter. I'm not. I'll tell y'all didn't work. I'm not a. I will fight if I have to.
Yes, sir.
I will fight just to get better. But I'm not a fighter. I'm a man that can fight.
That's right.
Because it's a difference in that.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
So
I would even attest to that.
So with when you start talking about fighting legendary people and who fighters call legendary people, legendary fighters. Yeah, you fought Floyd. You think Floyd went at you like he went at Pacquiao? You think he really went at you like you was a threat? No, he wasn't. Yeah, he let you hang in there to give us a good show, to give your friends and your fans a good show, so everybody can get paid.
Yeah.
Because Floyd about that money. I don't care what you say. Everybody get paid messing with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Everybody get paid.
So just like we said earlier, it's a history. So now they move on to something else. He did it again. They moved on to something else. Now here we are.
Mike Tyson, man, no. I don't get. Look, I'm a fan.
When I see this,
Man, get out of here,
think
dog.
somebody had to sit down and meet up somewhere. How we gonna do this?
You know what?
How we gonna make this look good?
No.
Because they go. Who were we talking about last time? Tyson and Roy.
Yeah.
And they made stipulations and things. Well, I forgot what the rules was.
I'm gonna tell you this,
But
we've seen this movie, y'all. We've seen this movie.
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa. The last Rocky did this when he fought Tom.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Oh, yeah.
For what? Fight this old dude for what?
Yeah.
Okay, if you lose to Tyson, you beat an old. Nothing we didn't expect. If you beat Tyson, you beat an old man. Dog, get out of here.
I didn't believe Tyson's
Tyson's
to something like this.
Yeah, I would.
money.
Cause I know Canelo.
I was
Canelo was like he's not a real fighter. He's a disrespect to boxing. And I remember when he was going off about it, man. I know it's a money thing, but I wouldn't think that my boy was subject to something.
Why? You know what though? Hold on.
Why? You 57.
Ali used to talk.
You can't make 30
Ali used to do the same thing Jake Paul used to do. But Jake Paul used to do the same thing Ali used to do, right?
You're right.
What?
How you gonna? You 57. How you gonna make $30 million boxing?
Yes.
You ain't finna get no contract.
Whip this young dude. Look.
He don't got to do nothing.
Look.
Just go in the ring and make his money. He not gonna lose.
Tyson is like to me one thing. I mean, from fan side, when you look at young Jake Paul and how old you said Tyson was?
57.
Yeah, 57. One thing Jake Paul ain't learned yet is something called old man strength. Tyson may be a little slower, but I tell you, the sinews in their muscles are tight enough to go ahead and cave his chest in.
WD-40 is all on them joints right now.
But when that WD-40 up arm hit that man, his chest gonna make his shoulders clap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He may be a little slow, but
I don't think that's real.
He squirted up right now.
We know it's a money grab, but if you take a young dude against an old dude in a fight, like in a physical, it's like both. If you took a young dude,
we talking about the older dude.
Hold on, look. Both. If you took out one of these young dudes down here, you gonna hurt them boys.
First punch.
They might catch you like 3 times, but that one gonna be the same.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop it.
But what I want to know, what are the stipulations? It's got to be something.
Money, James.
No, we are the money already set. On the rules. They had rules between. They say I think they said if blood is drawn.
Oh, see that.
The last time with Roy.
Okay, that was double exhibition. I don't know if they're gonna have that bad.
If we do this, something y'all can't.
I don't think them bloodthirsty youngins would be okay if they had that stipulation on there. I don't think that would be okay.
I don't know what the rules. It made me want to go on go on Mr. Google and look it up.
No, to me, I just want to see what they say after the fact.
I want to ask Mr. Google. What is why? I get what you said. It's entertainment. He accepted because of that. We know that.
But why don't they fight the Rock then?
What is behind this? What can they do? What would they allow? What would they not allow? We already know the rules of boxing, but I'm saying what has to take place before they stop. This is
somebody
exhibition slash. It's still going. I wonder if it's going to go in the box ring.
No.
If it's
no. Is Floyd still what?
Yeah, Floyd's still undefeated.
You know?
Yeah.
No, 51.
Yeah.
52.
52 up there.
So that many went on his box wreck.
Yeah, sure did.
They
Yeah.
saying that, but they ain't. Look, y'all sit there. This is entertainment. Tyson will not hurt that man to the extension where they have to take him to the hospital. He might hit.
He got gloves on, Daddy, bro.
Yeah, they gonna fight.
Ain't no head on, and I didn't see anything unless they have said it has been.
Voice that I just didn't hear. Exhibition. I didn't hear the word.
How tall is Jake Paul?
I don't keep up with him. I don't know what he is.
In my opinion, if they fight him, Tyson, this real fight, this is going Tyson to stop him. Body shot, he'll hurt him. He'll hurt him.
Yeah.
Uppercut, he will.
I'm gonna have to ask Mr. Google when we
He'll
get out
hurt
of
him.
here.
I think so.
That's what I think.
I'm gonna have Mr.
I don't care what his age
In
is.
the
he in shape.
SpongeBob voice, Mr. Google. What are the stipulations?
He spar with his heavyweight.
Who that?
Tyson do.
Spar who ain't who?
His, the one he trained.
Oh, and Ngannou.
Yeah.
Did he just get knocked out by Anthony Joshua?
I don't know. Who
I
did he fight?
think Ngannou just got knocked out by Anthony Joshua.
I seen. Excuse me. Yeah, I just seen it last night. I'm talking about knocking him down.
Knocked the taste out of us.
But I didn't know the guy.
With that back to African thing.
Yeah, boy.
I know I ain't right. Y'all don't pay me don't pay me no mind, y'all.
We can say that.
But if we on the camera, I'm still gonna say some crazy stuff. Okay.
But anyway, this was good.
He got down. But yeah, so in Jake versus, that was like synonymous with the fifth one.
Like Jake Paul might be the same size as every other big dude Tyson chopped down.
Yeah.
And this one ain't gonna be I don't think it'll be no different.
Y'all think it's gonna go to different distance?
No.
What about you?
It's gonna go as long as Tyson wanted to go.
If they just playing around for the money, you'll see when the rounds start. They be
Again.
Yeah.
When we get off this podcast, I'm gonna go look and see what the stipulations are.
They ain't gonna let you know all that.
Well, yeah, they probably
Well,
will.
see whatever I can gather.
They ain't gonna let you. That's
Hey, this is the AG information, bro. They put everything out there.
Yeah,
Things that look. That's why modesty's gone away. Because things that should be out there, they put out there now. So it's out there, dog.
They ain't gonna get nothing.
I'm gonna see what they got
It's
locked
about
in.
that
What
cheese.
So somebody know.
So let me see what kind of.
Information they ain't got on lock.
Yeah, check it out. Let us know. Let us
So that might gonna be concluded for Off the Canvas today, unless y'all got something else.
know. That's it.
Feel like you missing it.
I gotta get us some food out here or something.
That's
man.
it.
Looking better. I guess we always get greater later.
Absolutely.
A real leather couch. There's some diamonds on
There
it.
you go. See. Then we be like Club Shay Shay.
Oh my
Club
God.
Battle Zone out
Oh my
here, going
goodness.
viral out
You
here.
have to stay in the ring.
Put a recliner in.
Oh,
four
hey,
corners.
now hold up. Hey, you see what we gonna end up doing, right?
Oh,
We're
my
gonna have a ring.
Y'all
We're gonna have a leather couch here
Oh,
and
my
here.
God.
He gonna have his yak.
Oh my God. Y'all talking about
And sit over there with every fighter getting all the inside scoop
Better tell
before and
me,
after they
man.
fight.
So he talking about yak. He talking about me tabletopping that, boy. You know what nothing tastes like. We can't do nothing like that.
Yeah, we don't want.
Hey,
no.
you could be tea for all they know.
Make a
Dog,
thing of
look,
that.
see, come on,
Make a
now,
thing of
come on, now. Set a dream, set the illusion.
What I'm saying?
Set the illusion.
I think a whole Florida knows now. He faking. Jay ain't got no.
You ain't gotta act slosh. I mean, to have a sip.
Come on, Charles.
Look.
If you come on, Charles, if
Look.
you smell it, you'll
Look,
pass out.
look, you mess around, if you make it unsweetened tea, your face gonna pull up like it's something.
Oh yeah. Oh, he might got a little shot
Look,
here.
see, hey.
Oh, boy, y'all crazy. Both of y'all.
Keep my notes.
Well, appreciate you. Up to the most. Thanks to the director, LaDonna Johnson.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So we gonna get y'all next time. Y'all be good to one another, but more than anything, be good to yourself. We'll get at you next time.